up, everybody? Mr. Slipcover Bullet Blake here. I have my Vinegar Syndrome November / Black Friday sale unboxing today. I know it's late. It is super late, and it's because their mail, or our mail, someone got messed up in the mail. So one package made it. For some reason, they're shipping them separately. Like, I have 4 different boxes here, all from the November purchases. So that's getting kind of weird. Like, I don't understand why that's happening, because that happened last month too. But this month, 2 of the packages arrived, and one of them came all the way here. Like, I watched it, it tracked all the way here, and then for some reason it said no number and was not dropped off, even though the other package was literally dropped off the same day. So it was a little irritating, because it happened again the next day. They said no number, and then they said returned to sender. So I messaged them, and they shipped out another box right away. So that was good, but it also took a matter of days to come here. And then they realized they didn't send me the other VS Votes release, because that wasn't in the other packages either. So it was just a really bad month for mail, I guess. Anyway, it's all here now. Thankfully, we're going to just start with the main releases, and then we will dig into the sale purchases and the partner labels and the VS Votes and all that shit. So, let's just do our thing. Alright, so now the one that everyone was the most hyped about was the Keep. And yes, exciting is good, but this, like, upon opening this does not look great. This is not good artwork, to be honest. And I'm a little disappointed. I guess I didn't really dive in that deeply. I thought this was going to be like a cutout. Like, I thought it was going to be cut out of the actual rigid box, and then you could slide it in and slide it out, but instead we just get, apparently we just get that on the inside, which seems like a bad decision to me. Like, I think this looks cheap. It doesn't look great. The font looks cool, like, spine looks great, but the front actually looks cheap. It really should be cut out. And I might actually have to double dip on this, because I like the original artwork. And with the newly announced release, like right after this sold out, I think I like that version better, to be honest. No offense to Vinegar Syndrome. I love you, Vinegar Syndrome. But that's not great. And they could have easily just put that face, the whole face, inside of there. Seems like a major undersight. Backside. Really? And you can't tell me you don't agree. Like, why not just whatever. All right. So there we go. A 4K release, as they've just been pumping out more and more 4Ks over and over and over again. I actually can't wait to watch this one. I haven't seen this movie in 20 years. So get the Blu-ray and the 4K. Oh yeah. 1000% I'm going to change to that. It just looks way better. Reminds me of the VHS.
They were all drawn to the keep, the soldiers who brought death, the father and daughter fighting for life, the people who have always feared it, and the one man who knows its secret.
Much better artwork. I don't care what anyone says. Get a nice little perfect bound book here. They overdid it with the font. Essays and stories. Little stills from the movie. Like, I'm actually really excited to watch this. It's just this edition is weak. It's pretty weak. Special features aside, which it does have some cool ones on there that I will probably watch. It just seems like it's so underwhelming. Like it really this. It just seems like they could have done more. Especially since the rigid boxes that they're doing, they're putting out so many of them now that it seems less and less impressive. I think it would have been worth getting a cool, different box like Hell Comes to Frogtown or something like. I don't know. I feel like I might be being hypercritical, but it doesn't look great. But there's the big one from the month. They also released Sliver, which nobody was really clamoring for, so it also has a rigid box, which has much better artwork. I think this looks significantly better than this. I really like that. I barely remember this movie. I have seen it, but it has been a good while. Like probably longer than The Keep, to be honest. Sliver. 4K and a Blu-ray. It looks like it is the other VHS cover there. Which I will pop. Well, yeah, I will pop that. We'll swap them. Really dig the slipcover. Also, book not quite as thick as The Keep, but still. Oh, we got some behind the scenes stills too. I actually kind of like that. Like, I'd almost rather have that than just pictures from the actual movie. Oh, this movie just oozes 90s. I like that one too. Not as excited to dive into this one, so it'll probably be a minute before I get around to watching this one. But still, that is Sliver. Not sure why it warranted a rigid box or anything either. Not complaining, but it seems a little odd since no one was really asking for this movie. I think it's just a Paramount thing. All the movies that they do in partnership with like Paramount get these elaborate treatments. Because also, another Paramount release from them, and it got a rigid box. So this one is one that people were excited about. I hate the cover art. I think it just looks pathetic. Not great month for packaging. Not a great month for packaging at all. I bet you the reverse is either going to be this or the VHS. So let's find out. More 4Ks for the Vinegar Syndrome collection here, though. Now, this is one people do want. Like this was sought after for sure. Oh, it is. Look at that. It's a terrible cover, so I'm actually just gonna leave the other awful cover. Nope. I might as well, since I'm on a kick of switching all of them. Looking for Mr. Goodbar. Not great artwork at all. Another book, which feels even thinner than Sliver. Ooh. A lot more essay than pictures in this one. I have glitter or something all over this. Not sure what that's about, but still, I am excited for this one. It's not quite as big as the Keep for me, but looking for Mr. Goodbar. Sorry if the lighting sucks, by the way. Like, I moved and adjusted, and now I don't have the light directly above my head, so it is kind of what it is. But the last VS release was Blood Tracks. And we talked shit about this movie on the stream, but I'm not quite sure I hate it as much as we alluded to hating it. I feel like it's not great, but I think I might, like, appreciate it a little more than I thought I did. So, well, it's going to be a double feature for tonight with the Keep in this for me. I've already decided if I have the time, I'll probably put in Looking for Mr. Goodbar too. And all depends on the old lady what she wants to watch as well. But Blood Tracks, and this movie seems like it would be right up my alley. So let's see what the reverse is. This reverse cover is 5,000 times better than this one. Like 5,000 times. They should have used this cover on the actual front, because this newly commissioned one that they actually used is pretty atrocious. Or better yet, like this is just 1,000 times better than that. But they could have also made this the cover just as easily, and that is even better. Mostly because this looks disgusting. And not in a cool, like, horror movie, like, that's great kind of way. It's like, that just looks like shit. Anyway, that is Blood Tracks. So those are the main staple releases for the month. I'm just going to do this one next because it's the one I was waiting on this whole time, was literally for just this one release, and it's the VS Vote. And I know everyone knows what it is already since I'm so late uploading this, but this is stupid. Like, honestly, stupid. Like, if I wasn't such a diehard fan of the label, I would not resubscribe on because of this. Like, you're a label that prides yourself on the artwork, and people are obsessed with your slipcovers, and this was what you came up with for this movie. I'd take it as a joke if it was funny, but it's actually just like, this is dumb. No one's gonna use these ever. These are eventually gonna get lost by me. I'm not gonna do anything with these. They're just satin slipper red, Folsom prism blue, Geller's green, and cinema spa black. And you want us to make our own slipcover? You want us to pay $24 for this movie that's not good, and then draw our own slipcover on. This is awful. Like, I'm almost embarrassed for them to think that this was cool or whatever. Not one person is going to literally, I mean, like, can you imagine taking these out and drawing on here? Like, using these markers and actually drawing on here. That should be the slipcover. In fact, I made a fake one of these and put it online. Like, This looks like it was just, it's just so bad. Honestly, it's just so bad. This cover's great, but just put it on the slip too. Don't do this whole stupid, I hate it. I hate it. Like, I'm probably not going to do the fucking April Fool's thing next year, because it's $24 for this movie, guys. And markers. Anyway. Even worse. Even worse. This cover has its sense of charm to it, but or maybe do both. No, not even. Like, just don't do this. This is dumb. And why even put the font on the side at all? Just let us draw it on. I hate that. I hate it. Anyway. Okay. I'm not really sure what's in each of these boxes, so I'm just going to go as I open them. Amazing, I did get a sticker. Look at that. Well, that's cool, I guess. And this is the VSA. Woman on the Run. Women on the Run? Yeah, Women on the Run. More Asian cinema coming from the VSA line. This is the 51st VSA release. And out of the last 20 or so, I want to say 12 of them at least were these Asian releases. Just make your own sub-label for Asian cinema. I know, no, we don't recognize these from rental stores. Evil Town, I recognize that from rental stores. Whatever It Takes, I recognize from rental stores. This was not in rental stores that I was renting from back in the Blockbuster days, or Ion Video, or Hollywood Video, or any of those. So it's getting kind of annoying to the point where I think people are eventually just going to stop buying VSAs for the sake of being complete on them. It is my favorite sub-label, but it is sort of dwindled down now. Like, the VSUs are probably more appealing to me at this point, because these are movies that were not nostalgic for me. This one looks awesome. I honestly think this one looks great. So after that rant is done, I'm just going to go on about how cool this one actually looks. The artwork is fantastic. Let's compare. This looks like shit. This looks really good. I got number 131. Doubt you can see it because of the glare. Anyway. Really heavy because it's got the poster in there. Poster I don't need to open up. It's just these. Let's see, the reverse art is also this is actually what the poster probably is. It has the font at the bottom, which I'll say this again because I miss the days when they just had the alternate artwork on the backside was just the old VHS cover, because again that plays into the nostalgic part, but that wouldn't really work for these recent releases that don't have any of that aspect. This does have a book in it. Angels on the Run, Navigating the Girls with Guns subgenre. So this is just a few pages. Got some violence in there. This one looks good to me though. After all that shit talking and whatever, I think this one looks good. Like, I think I'm going to enjoy this movie. I think I'm going to enjoy it quite a bit. But that is Women on the Run, VSA number 51. All right, and during the sale, I did pick up the Legacy slips of Cemetery of Terror, Grave Robbers, which these are cool, but they're not as cool as the original ones. And sadly, I do not own either of these with the original slip covers, which is why I bought the whole things. And I just had to get them. I've been trying to get these for a while. And I like that they use the English font on the fronts because they don't in the original slips. And I did get Don't Panic as well as just the slipcover because I do own this one. And sadly, the artwork on the original ones is significantly better than the artwork on these. I think it just looks better. All like the font aside, like Don't Panic, that's great. This artwork looks like shit compared to the original release. This one's by far the worst, and of course it's the one I own the slipcover for. So this one, I don't know what's gonna happen there. But I'm happy to own these because now I'm gonna do a movie marathon. Maybe I'll get my brother over here and we'll watch all three and review them. Maybe. I'll just see. Because that would be kind of fun, actually. So, I mean, they're older releases, so it's not like it's the new movies. But if y'all would like to see that, go ahead and comment down below. Because I'll get Professor Cinema, and we'll sit at home, watch all three of them, and just review the shit out of them. So, let me know if you guys want that. But, yeah, I think that looks terrible compared to the other one. Anyway, those are the Legacy pickups. Seems like I pick up the Legacy because I think last year was Angel, right? Like the Angel movies came out. And I bought all those even though I already owned the box. Just because the artwork for those really looked cool together too. Now, for the biggest box, honestly, this is the first one that showed up. But it's just all the extras that I bought, I think. So... Okay, so I totally forgot about one of the VS releases. That was some reason in this box and not the other boxes. So that's my bad. But it's Congo. Let's do that upside right. VSU number 10? This is the 10th VSU. Like I said, this is probably becoming my favorite line. I think VSA's eventually going to dwindle down to just whatever. But... the packaging for this like really sold me, and I always credit the VSA line for getting me into Vinegar Syndrome, but technically Beastmaster, like the first VSU release, Beastmaster is why I actually like dove into the label. I saw it online, someone shared it, and I was like, Beastmaster is a huge nostalgic point for me, all the way back to my childhood, like super young, watching it with my brothers because my grandma had it on VHS, and it's just a big thing for me. So the VSU line is definitely going to keep me at the... I mean, Congo, I like the movie, but it's not something I would pick for the VSU line. Like Roadhouse, amazing. Beastmaster, amazing. Showgirls, amazing. But they have a lot of duds in there as well. Like, I don't care about Cloak and Dagger. Sidekicks, actually, I regretted revisiting that one because it made it less of a movie to me, and I used to have it in real high esteem. So this one, I haven't seen in a long time, so hopefully upon revisiting it, it's good still. This is a weird... we joked about this on MC's channel, but it's just a weird artwork rendition. Backside's kind of cool. This is going to be a long video, guys. Congo. Blu-ray and the 4K. Tell me it's the old VHS cover art. It is! That's the cover art I remember. One of my other brothers, actually, was a big fan of this movie when we were kids. So, I can't wait to show this to him. That's the cover art I remember. This is just so weird. Like, the Tim Curry and Bruce Campbell, like, they just look strange to me. But also comes with a book. I'm running a little long, so I'm going to try and speed up the process here. So I'm just going to tinker through this. Tim Curry. Yeah, typical VSU release. The inside is a full span across there. It's pretty cool. This, honestly, as far as the releases go, I'm trying to remember all the VSU releases, but I think this one has the potential to be in a top spot for like top 5 out of the 10. So this is in the upper half, at least for me. But I completely forgot about that. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did. And now it is on to the partner labels. Let's just start with the DeGauzer release of Cannibal the Musical, which actually I'm super stoked about this. This rigid box looks great. The website was originally very misleading on the packaging here. Like, you could read and it told you that it came in a rigid box, but this one looks fantastic. The artwork choice is fantastic. Everything is fantastic about the packaging here. Like, the artwork on the back looks good. Like, it's just, this is a cool looking release from DeGauzer. Cannibal the Musical. Got the typical DeGauzer backing there. Also came with a book. Cannibal the Musical. I like that. Page through this real quick. Ooh, this is set up like a scrapbook. It's actually kind of cool. Lots of pictures in here. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to getting into this one. I think it'll be a minute still because I do have a lot of movies I gotta rewatch. I got a release from Arrow that I have to unbox as well. Yeah. All right. Now we're. What is this? Dude, Bro Party Massacre 3. There must have been something wrong with the original release, maybe? Who knows? I did order that movie last month, so must have been something wrong with it. I'll have to look into that after. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Now, I know I've talked about how I don't really purchase from AGFA. I really don't. But this one was just one that it spoke to me, I guess. Like, I just had to have it. Yeah, Santa brings Christmas fun to Mars. I'm not exactly sure like, I think it was one of the last minute things that I just kind of threw in there. And it just looked super weird to me. And I know of its existence, but I've never actually watched it. So, and I definitely haven't watched it in
space blazing color.
I don't know. Something about it. Oh, look. It's literally a postcard. That's cool. Interesting. Got the old... I don't know. Something about this. I just had to have it, I guess. Maybe it's just because the holiday's coming up and it was a Christmas movie and I was like, you know what? I could totally sit back and watch this. The slipcover is sick. Like, this is actually really cool. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll get me on another AGFA kick. I never was on an AGFA kick, but I do own like 2 titles from AGFA, but it's been a long time. I think She Freak was the last one I bought from them, but still, I got another Christmas movie as well. I Am Santa Claus. I do know this movie. I know I have not seen it, but I know that it's got Mick Foley and like I think Jerry Lawler and Roddy Piper are all in here. Yeah. It just sounds interesting to me. I know it's a documentary. I initially thought it was like a faux documentary, but I guess it's like a real one. It's got 6 hours of bonus footage. 5 hours of bonus footage. Oh, yeah. That's... Who is actually leaving this cover art on there when you have Mick Foley that you can put on the front? Now, this one was less of like an impulse buy because it is EDR, and I buy 90% of EDR's releases. There's a couple that I just didn't care for, and honestly, I didn't pick up any partner labels for the month of December, so partners only month. Don't expect a video unboxing of that because I did not buy anything. Nothing spoke to me. I got on there first thing and I was like, I just don't really want any of this. The partner labels have been lacking. I mean, I just bought a lot, but they've been lacking overall, like throughout the year. Ever since Fun City left, it's just, I don't know. I miss Fun City. Okay. Dark Star. I picked up the newer, more recent Reefer Madness movie because I've always wanted to watch this. I've seen the original, but I've never seen this. And I've wanted to for the longest time. So it was actually one of the first partner labels that I had in my cart. And this slipcover is cool as hell. Dark Star is it's one of my more liked partner labels. Reefer Madness, the movie musical. Now, upsettingly, I didn't realize that the only special feature on here is trailers. So, that's whatever. No reverse insert, just a musical number. Still, I really dig this artwork. Looks cool. I'm looking forward to watching that, actually. Okay. Now, another Christmas pickup is this. I don't know if that's transferring well onto screen, but the Adult Swim Yule Log. Now, this is like a real horror movie. It's not like, well, obviously you can tell from there. It's not just a Yule log, but it does have a Yule log on it. So actually, I think I'll be watching that on Christmas morning. Like, I think we're going to play that on the TV as we open gifts. But something I also wanted to see. So, super excited for this one. And it's just like, I have, what? This is the third Christmas movie that I gotta watch now? Out of... Looks like it's just fire in the background. And this looks lovely. Looks like it's an interview. Oh yeah, conversation. In here, it's real long. It looks like. Got some stills as well. Like I said, I'm just getting, this video's getting too long. And if you're still watching here, put a symbol in the comments below. So I know people are actually watching these up to this point. I mean, put a peace sign or hang loose. Something. But there it is. I like the lenticular cover here. It's a little different, but Decanologue. I picked up a lot of partner labels. For some strange, odd reason that I can't describe, I don't know why exactly I did this, but I bought Aladdin. Adam Green's Aladdin. And I don't know. I'm still scratching my head. I think it just looked bizarre enough to the point where maybe it'll be great. And Macaulay Culkin's in it, so it's got that. Natasha Lyonne is in it. But yeah, not sure what I was thinking here. I'm sure it was expensive, but I don't know if it'll be the trippiest movie ever made. But I'm sure it'll be interesting. I'm not... I love Natasha... It's not even like a good slipcover. Like, it pops. It's got some pizzazz. God, this looks like it's going to be terrible, honestly. I'm like dreading watching this at this point. And I know I looked into it. Like, my God. Okay. All right, but that is Adam Green's Aladdin. And this is the first Cartoona? First Cartoona label I have purchased. It's only their second release with Vinegar Syndrome, but I did not pick up their first one. I don't remember what it was, and I feel like I'm going to regret buying this one. But maybe not. Maybe not. Finally, my last partner label, Violent Cop and Boiling Point. This is the shit. This is the kind of movies that I can like really get behind from partner labels, like, and these are actually good movies. Right on. Film Movement. I don't actually buy a lot from them either, but this one was the very first partner label I had in my cart. Like just the late 80s, early 90s action movies from Japan. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Is that just a black background? Oh, no, I get it. So Violent Cop is on one disc and Boiling Point is on the other one. Now I know I like one of these more than the other, but I think it's Boiling Point, I think. No, it's Violent Cop. It's definitely Violent Cop. But both of them are good. And I know both of these movies, and I knew them when I first grabbed it, so really excited to have it. I wish they would have done it individually. But either way, still looks great. Like, that looks fantastic. That looks really good. It just looks great. It's a great release. Great release. This would be the point where I normally say that is it. That's all I have. But it's not, because I made another purchase. This was like the last thing I bought, and I just could not help myself. I don't know. I just discussed about how Beastmaster was a huge thing for me, and my brothers actually, like, it technically is the movie that got me really deep into Vinegar Syndrome. So when they announced this, or well, when this showed up, I instantly put it in my cart. There was no way I was not gonna buy this. It's really fucking cool. I was tempted to get Fade to Black too, but these were $45, so it was a pretty expensive impulse buy, especially since my VCR is packed away, and who knows if I'll ever hook it up again. And I know I can just watch it the 4K with the VSU, but damn if that ain't just fucking cool. Oh, it's amazing. It's so cool. This shit lights up. Put one Kodo up there. I actually really dig this silver. So cool. This thing is awesome. Definitely the highlight of the package for me. Really cool. It's got that big box VHS feel, but this is the first VHS I've purchased from the Vinegar Syndrome, so, or Degazer, I guess, but it might be my first VHS purchase in 20 years. So that's just so cool. Like, I really, really like the artwork. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Huge stack of movies. I gotta get going. We're looking at 50 minutes here right now, so it's just, I'm ready to go. I'm sick of sitting in this chair. That is all I have for today. Ton of fucking shit. Ton of shit. This is just too cool. But yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you stayed through the whole thing, like, awesome. I mean, I probably wouldn't have. But until next time, have a good day.